The port market buzzed with the usual morning trade, until Yuto climbed onto a crate and screamed a warning that turned every head.
The sea will swallow everything. I've seen it. In 30 days, not one of you will be left standing.
Laughter rippled through the crowd. A fishwife waved a mackerel at him. A dockhand mimicked his trembling hands. Captain Ryuzo pushed through the crowd, his face twisted in contempt. He snatched the chart from Yuto's hand and tore it in two.
Enough of this madness. You are disturbing the peace with your delusions. Guards, take him.
The guards seized Yuto and dragged him from the crate as the crowd jeered, his frantic warnings drowning in their laughter. They threw him into a dark cell beneath the port authority, the iron door slamming shut on his protests. Only the rats heard him now.
They'll see. When the sky tears open and the water rises, they'll remember this day.
But the stone walls swallowed his words. No one came, no one listened. Above the prison, the first dark clouds of the gathering storm rolled in, unnoticed. The countdown had begun. In the dark cell, Yuto pressed his head against the stone. The crowd's laughter still rang in his ears.
Waves taller than the watchtower. Black water full of bodies. I can still hear the screams.
He scratched a calendar into the floor with a stone. 30 marks, each a day closer to the end.
You really believe it, boy, that the sea will swallow us all?
I've seen it, in my sleep, waking hours. It's as real as these bars.
Strange things are happening. The fish are dying. The tides are wrong. Maybe you are not mad.
You've seen the signs? Then, help me escape. We have to get out before it's too late.
I've watched the sea 50 years. It's never acted like this. I believe you. But we're just two prisoners.
2 is enough. Together, we can escape. Find others. Will you help?
Footsteps echoed. A guard strode past, sneering into the cell. The old man fell silent.
There's an old drainage tunnel beneath the prison. It leads out to the pier.
I'll fake a fit. When the guard comes to check, I'll take him.
Yuto began to thrash and moan, clutching his stomach. His cries echoed through the corridor. The guard cursed and unlocked the cell. The instant the door swung open, Yuto lunged. He grabbed the guard's head and slammed it against the bars. The man crumpled, keys clattering. Yuto freed Sen, and they hurried into the drainage tunnel. Dark, ankle-deep water guided their steps.
Stay close. Boy, the tunnel forks twice. Left both times, or we'll end up in the cistern.
They pushed through a rusted grate and emerged onto a deserted pier. The night air was cold and wet.
I am free, but every guard in the port will be hunting us now.
Without looking back, they slipped into the slums, shadows among shadows. The real work was just beginning.
It's you, the prophet from the market. My brother dreamed of a man with glowing eyes who warned of water.
Your brother? He dreamed of the flood, too?
He said the sea would swallow the city. He died last winter, but he told me to watch for you. You have to follow me.
She led them through twisting alleys to an abandoned boathouse sagging at the water's edge. Lantern light flickered inside.
Hana! I brought people. They need shelter. Please, they're running from the port guards.
Running from the guards? Kiku, you bring danger to my door.
I know it's a risk, but I've seen a flood that will destroy everything. We need to build a boat, and we need your help.
A boat. The sea has been calm. You are chasing nightmares, boy.
He's not chasing nightmares, healer. I've fished these waters 50 years. The tides are wrong. Fish are dying. Something is coming.
Hana looked at their desperate faces, then at Kiku's hopeful eyes. She sighed, stepping aside. You can stay, for now. By lantern light, Yuto sketched the design from memory. A boat with 3 hulls, airtight compartments, a high bow to cut through towering waves.
3 hulls. I've never seen a boat like that. Will it even float, boy?
It will. I saw them in the flood. This shape is the only reason anyone survived.
That night, they crept out to the abandoned docks. Kiku kept watch while the others pried loose planks from rotting hulls. At the Port Authority, Captain Ryuzo slammed his fist on the desk. 2 fugitives had vanished, and the Sea Prophet's rantings still echoed in the streets.
Post notices. Wanted. False prophet Yuto. Anyone sheltering him will share his cell.
By dawn, the town whispered. Some laughed at the mad prophet. Others glanced at the darkening sky and fell silent. Then the sea gave its first undeniable warning. Hundreds of dead fish washed ashore, their bodies covered in strange red sores.
The market is talking. The fish are dying. The tides are wrong. More people are starting to wonder.
The ark's skeleton rose plank by plank. 20 days remained. The countdown carved itself deeper into Yuto's mind. A grand royal ship docked at the port. Banners snapping in the restless wind. Princess Akari had come to silence the false prophet.
Captain Ryuzo, a prisoner escaped claiming a deluge. Show me his cell. I want every detail, every word he spoke.
He ranted about the sea swallowing us. Scratched a calendar on the floor. 30 days. 20 remain, Highness.
Akari stared at the 30 scratched marks. Beneath them, a crude sketch of a boat with 3 hulls.
This isn't the work of a madman. It's a blueprint.
She walked through the market. The fishwife who'd mocked the prophet now wrung her hands. Everyone spoke of dying fish and strange tides.
Did he say anything about the stars? The moon? Give me everything you remember.
That night, Akari spread her star charts across her desk. The fisherfolk's stories matched anomalies she'd never told anyone about.
Either he's the luckiest guesser in history, or he really has seen what's coming.
She returned to the prison at dawn. The calendar stared up at her. 20 marks left. The countdown was inside her now. She had seen the orphan girl slip through the market. Now Akari followed Kiku into the slums, a princess hunting for a ghost. At a sagging boathouse, Kiku slipped inside. Akari paused, then pushed the creaking door. Lantern light washed over a ribcage of wood. The half-built ark loomed before her, and Yuto stood at its center.
You followed me, Highness. Are you here to drag me back or to listen?
I've seen your calendar. It matches my star charts. So explain yourself now.
Yuto set down the hammer and unrolled a bundle of parchments. Hand-drawn charts of tides, currents, and wave heights, all from memory.
Every night I relive it, the sea rising, towers falling. I drew this so we could survive.
The current patterns, the lunar drift, these match the royal data. He couldn't have guessed this. These are just numbers. I need something I can't explain away. Show me proof.
Come with me tonight. I'll show you something in the sky that can't be faked.
The two stood on the rocky shore, salt wind pulling at their clothes. Yuto pointed to a constellation that had shifted 2 degrees east.
Do you see it? In my dreams, that constellation drifts further until the sky itself breaks.
Akari unrolled her star chart, fingers tracing familiar dots. The Royal Observatory had recorded the same drift, but only she knew.
He's right. The celestial mechanics can't be faked. This is the same anomaly the ancient deluge myths describe. If I help him, I betray my oath. If I don't, I betray the truth.
She looked from the chart to the half-built ark in the boathouse, then back to Yuto's desperate, certain eyes.
I'll bring timber, tools, supplies, but if we're caught, my name will protect no one.
Then we won't be caught. We'll face the flood together.
She nodded once, the weight of treason settling on her shoulders. The princess had become the conspiracy's most valuable secret, but secrecy was a fragile raft in a rising storm. And the countdown was now 18 days. Akari's secret shipments arrived. Crates of timber, barrels of timber, barrels of pitch. The ark skeleton grew sturdier by the day.
Please, let me join. I am not strong, but I can carry wood. I just want to survive.
Then carry wood. But if you run at the first sign of trouble, you are on your own.
That night, Taro slipped through the slums. Fear outweighed his loyalty. He knocked on Ryuzo's door.
I know where the prophet hides. I'll tell you. Just promise me protection.
Protection. You'll get a cell if you lie. I want the location and the names.
Midnight. The boathouse splintered under the ram. Yuto grabbed Kiku. Sen pulled Hana. They fled into the night.
Taro, he sold us out. Keep running.
The soldiers seized Taro outside. He begged, but they dragged him away like garbage. The group fled to the hidden cove, their secret exposed. Ryuzo now knew where the arcs were being built, in a cramped crawl space beneath a wharf. The group huddled. Yuto counted heads, Sen, Hana, but Kiku was missing.
Where's Kiku? She shouldn't be out there.
I heard it in the market. Princess Akari. She's been arrested for treason. They're putting her in chains.
Akari, if they link her to us, she'll be executed.
Then we can't go near her. If we try to rescue her, we'll all be caught, and the arcs will never be finished.
But she risked everything for us. We can't just leave her.
I won't let her die for believing me. I'll get her out alone, if I have to.
Alone, it's suicide. The flood is coming. Focus on what we can save.
Without her, what kind of new world would we build? I am going.
The old fisherman fell silent. The healer looked away. Only Kiku's eyes shone with desperate hope. The countdown, 14 days. Under a moonless sky, Yuto slipped back into the drainage tunnel. The cold water was a familiar guide. He emerged inside the prison, pressing flat against the stone. Voices echoed down the hall.
They'll notice the missing uniform. Speed is everything now.
A lone guard rounded the corner. Yuto lunged, clamping a cloth soaked in sedative over the man's face. The guard went limp. Yuto dragged him into an empty cell and emerged dressed as one of Ryuzo's men. He strode down the corridor, head low. 2 guards passed without a second glance. At the end of the hall, a heavy iron door. He peered through the grate and saw Akari, chained.
Yuto, you are insane. They'll have my head, and now yours.
Let them try. I promised you a place on the Ark. I keep my promises.
He slid the key into the lock. Somewhere above, an alarm bell began to ring. The door swung open, and Yuto broke Akari's chains with a heavy strike. Footsteps thundered down the stairs.
Take this. When I give the word, hurl it at the floor.
They burst into the corridor. Yuto smashed a smoke bomb, and thick gray fog swallowed the hall. Guards choked and stumbled. Yuto swung a snatched baton, dropping 2 before they could draw steel.
I doubted everything, even you. But you still came back.
They burst onto a high wall. In the alley below, Sen's face appeared, and a rope snaked upward. Arrows hissed past as Yuto pushed Akari up first, his body a shield against the archers. Akari clawed over the parapet, and Yuto followed, the rope burning his palms. They dropped into the alley. They fled into the drainage tunnel, Sen and Hana waiting with torches. The heavy grate echoed shut behind them. Above the grate, Ryuzo's roar chased them. Find them, tear the slums apart. The tunnel swallowed his voice.
I am not finished yet. Before the arrest, I hid cedar planks and iron nails in the old lighthouse.
Then we go now. Every hour counts. Sen, you are with me. The rest keep building.
They marched to the North Cape and broke open the abandoned tower. Inside, stacks of noble-grade timber and crates of wrought iron. Back at the cove, the ark grew day and night. Hana mixed pitch and Kiku hammered smaller pegs.
Look! The clouds are bleeding. Like the sun is wounded.
2 days left. Just like in the dream, the sky drinks itself pale.
The wood is holding true. Another day, and she'll be watertight.
It's a strange thing to build a boat for a flood only one man has seen.
Then, let's hope I only had to see it once. We launch in 2 days.
The sky deepened to the color of dried blood. The countdown had become a heartbeat. 2 days. Dawn of the 30th day. Yuto oversaw the loading. Water barrels, dried fish, the last of the timber. The arcs floated heavy.
Everyone aboard. We cast off in 1 hour. Take only what you can carry.
A desperate clamor rose from the slum path. Dozens of men, women, and children rushed to the water's edge, begging to be taken.
Yuto, We're already low on space. A few more waves, and we'll be swamped.
Then we'll tread close to the wind. I didn't predict the end of the world just to abandon half of humanity. Let them on.
The gangplanks groaned under the weight. Cries of thanks mixed with sobs as the arcs pushed off from the shore. A horn blast cut the morning. Ryuzo's soldiers topped the ridge, crossbows leveled at the retreating vessels.
Those arcs are stolen timber and treason incarnate. By order of the port, I'll fire on any who don't surrender.
Before a bolt could fly, a deep groan rolled through the earth. The sea lunged backward, exposing the seabed in a rush of foam. The soldiers dropped their weapons. Ryuzo's mouth opened, but no command came. From the ark, Yuto's voice rang clear. It's begun. A black wall rose on the horizon, the tsunami, taller than the temple spire, swallowing the sky as it charged toward the city.
All this time, I wanted proof. This is my proof, and I wish it weren't.
The wave crashed into the port, swallowing the watchtower, the market, the prison. Everything Yuto had warned of vanished in an instant.
Hold your oars. Keep the bow into the wave, angle, and pray. We've done all we can.
The arcs heaved skyward and plunged again, timbers groaning, but the triple-hull design held against the roaring foam.
There, a child on a rooftop. Yuto, we have to.
They threw ropes, hauling up drenched survivors. First the child, then the parents, then strangers who had jeered at Yuto only weeks before, on a spire not far away. Captain Ryuzo clung to the stone, his crossbow gone, his uniform torn, the sea lapping at his heels.
That fool's the reason we nearly died. And yet, every life counts now, doesn't it?
Sen threw the line. Ryuzo grabbed it. No words, only the rasp of rope and the growl of the flood. They pulled him aboard. As dawn broke over the endless gray sea, Yuto felt heat against his chest. The locket he'd worn since childhood was glowing. He pried it open. Light spilled out, taking the shape of a man, older, weary, with his own face.
I am what you become, Yuto. I sent these memories back, the flood, the deaths, so you would act. Every night you dreamed the apocalypse was a deliberate echo, a warning planted to save what could be saved. The cost was your sanity. In the original timeline, you were locked away and died alone, but that timeline no longer exists.
You sent your own mind across time? That's why the star charts matched. It was you all along.
In my world, no one believed. No one built arcs. Everyone drowned. Your suffering here opened the door for thousands to live.
Then it was worth it. Every night of terror, every day of ridicule.
The hologram flickered, the older face softening before it faded. The locket went cold. Yuto closed his hand around it. The weight of his past lifted. The arc drifted on into a future that was his to shape. On the third dawn, a jagged peak broke the gray horizon. The arcs turned as one toward the only dry ground for 100 leagues.
Land by the honored sea, solid land.
The arcs scraped against stone. People stumbled onto the shore, weeping, clutching fistfuls of soil as tents rose behind them. At the camp's center, Captain Ryuzo was dragged forward in chains. A rough circle of survivors gathered, waiting for a verdict.
Unbind him.
Are you certain? He would have watched us drown.
Let him drown his guilt in hard labor. We will not become what we fled.
Ryuzo's chains clattered onto the stone. He stared at his raw wrists, then at Yuto. No words, only a ragged, reluctant nod.
I never thought I'd see that man bow. Maybe this new world will surprise us all.
By nightfall, the first platform was laid. Hammers rose, not in anger, but in determination. The mountain had become a place to begin again. Weeks became months. Platforms branched from the mountain like wooden roots, huts sprouting over the shallow sea.
You've turned a prison break into a floating village. When did you know the world would let you be right?
The night you believed me. Or maybe the moment I carved that calendar into the prison floor.
The locket. Your older self said the cost was your sanity. Do you still feel it? The weight?
Sometimes, but every plank I see, every child laughing, it reminds me why I carried it.
A bell was hung from the highest platform. When it rang, everyone gathered. The first ceremony of the new world.
We're not just survivors anymore. We're a village, Yuto. And a village needs more than a prophet.
Under the bell, Akari placed a carved wooden emblem into Yuto's palm, a ship riding a wave, encircled by 30 stars.
30 stars for 30 days of warning. A ship that held. If you'll lead us, we'll follow.
The settlement spread its roots across the water, a floating city in its infancy. Yuto's impossible warning had become the world's only foundation. Ryuzo worked in silence, hauling beam after beam with a healer's precision, his uniform long abandoned for a laborer's tunic.
I was wrong, Yuto. Not just about the flood, about everything. Give me no rank, only a chance to earn back what I threw away.
You have my forgiveness, Ryuzo. Not because you deserve it, but because this city will need every set of hands willing to build.
A scout boat returned, crowded with hollow-eyed survivors clinging to driftwood. They brought news of a sunken continent and signs of other arcs.
We're not the only ones. Yuto's warning. It reached further than we thought. We must send rescue missions.
3 more arcs were refitted and sent out. They returned with tangled nets of humanity, strangers who now became neighbors. A memorial was raised on the eastern platform, wooden slats carved with every name the flood had taken. Yuto carved the first.
We'll never know how many died, but we can make sure none are forgotten. This wood will stand as long as our city does.
Names, not numbers. Every life that was lost bought a chance for those who remain.
The floating city grew, its people, once divided by disbelief, now bound by survival and by the one who had dared to be right. A council was formed. Laws were written on planks, hung in the common hall.
We'll meet every new moon. Every voice matters. Fisherman, healer, child.
Kiku, now 12, taught younger children under the bell. A school born with sticks and a slate.
Look at them, learning letters while the sea still rises. We're building more than platforms.
They won't grow up knowing only fear. That's the point.
At sunset, Yuto stood at the memorial, tracing carved names, the locket pressed against his chest.
You still come here every day. Is it guilt or something else?
I need to remember what it cost, so I never forget why we fight for peace.
Then I'll stand here with you. The past belongs to both of us now.
They stood together in silence until the stars appeared, neither speaking, both understanding. Years stretched the floating city from a cluster of huts into a bustling haven. Bridges arched between platforms, and lanterns swung over busy waterways. On a high balcony, Yuto looked out over the world he'd built. A short beard lined his jaw, and his eyes held both weariness and peace.
Another ship from the east arrived. They've heard of the city that rose from the flood. Your name is spoken as far as the old empire's shores.
Names don't matter. As long as the ships come peacefully, they're welcome.
You've changed. The fever in your eyes is gone. I think I like this Yuto better.
Maybe age does that. Or maybe finally having a home.
Below, Kiku led a band of teenagers in a fishing skiff. Sen dozed on a bench. Hana checked her herbs. Life hummed on. As the sun dipped, the locket on Yuto's chest glowed faintly. A blue pulse, like a memory trying to surface.
Another message? Number? Not today.
He turned his gaze back to the horizon, to the golden light spreading over the endless sea. For now, this was enough. The sun sank behind the floating city, painting the wooden spires in amber and rose. A place that should not exist had never been more real.
He did it. That boy from the prison, he really did it.
Hana called from her clinic, a wave and a laugh, her apron still dusted with dried herbs. Children ran across the platforms, their laughter carrying over the water. A generation that knew only life, not the dying world before.
My brother said we'd survive, and look, we did.
The city had outgrown its ark-born infancy, now a sprawling web of homes, markets, and gardens, a beacon on the endless sea. In the council hall, new tablets were carved, laws of the sea, of shared water, of mercy, words born from a man who had been called mad. Nearly 30 years had passed since a ragged prophet stood on a crate in the market and screamed a warning no one believed. He had been right, but more than that, he had endured when no hand reached for his, so that when the flood came, thousands already knew the way to the arks, and the world, though broken, had found its shape again. Not in stone, but in wood and water, and in a belief that no sea could ever drown.